Good morning, dear students. So, we were starting the chapter plant life, right? And we have already completed what is nutrition, autotrophic nutrition, photosynthesis, need of photosynthesis, what is the significance of photosynthesis, and factors that are affecting the photosynthesis. So, today we will be starting from significance of photosynthesis is also completed. So, today we will be starting from heterotrophic nutrition. So, before that, welcome to your biology class, online biology class, and we were studying class 7 and we are following this particular book, that is Connect with Science, Oxford, class 7 ICSE. Okay, so we will be studying heterotrophic nutrition. What do we mean by the term heterotrophic nutrition? See, heterotrophic nutrition is a type of nutrition in which an organism depends on other organisms directly or indirectly for their food. So what does that mean? That means that one particular organism is dependent on another organism either indirectly or directly, okay, for their food or for their nutrition. Such organisms are called heterotrophs. The word heterotroph is made up of heteros meaning another and trophs means feed. While most plants are autotrophs, a few are known to be heterotrophs. Heterotrophic nutrition in plants is one of the following types. So what are they? We will be learning parasitic nutrition, saprophytic nutrition, symbiotic nutrition, insectivorous plants. Okay, see, today's video tutorial will be very short and it is very interesting. There is nothing more to understand, or there is nothing like you need to go through it thoroughly, but just listen to me what I am trying to teach you and understand that what I am trying to teach you, because this is the most important part of your study. See, what is parasitic nutrition? Now we all have came to the term parasites, okay, either in negative tone or generally parasites comes from the negative tone. Okay, so what is parasite? See, in this type of nutrition an organism lives or on or inside the body of another living organisms called the host to obtain nutrition directly from the host body. What happens? I am giving you an example. Suppose millions of bacteria are on our faces, in everyone's faces. Okay, now how these bacteria are getting the nutrition? They are getting the particular nutrition from ourselves. So we are the host. Okay, and who are the parasites? The bacteria that are living in our face. See, doodler is a parasitic plant growing on the bodies of another autotrophic plant. Doodler possesses special sucking roots called the hostoria. These roots penetrate the host body to reach deeper into the conducting tissue from where they extract their food. Now what is saprophytic nutrition? In this type of nutrition an organism feed on the dead remains of other organisms. Such organisms are called saprophytes. They help in breaking down dead organic matter into useful simpler inorganic compounds that can be used by plant, thus allowing nutrients to be recycled. So what is saprophytic? This type of nutrition organisms feed on the dead remains. Okay, now these does not harms any other organisms because they are feeding on the dead remain, but in parasitic they are causing harm. Okay, some flowering plants such as the Indian pipe do not have chlorophyll to carry out photosynthesis. Its roots, however, bear fungi which secretes digestive juices into the surrounding decay organic matter, and the juices break down the organic matter into simpler nutrients which the plant absorbs. Clear? Now what is symbiotic nutrition? Symbiosis is the relationship between the individual living between two individuals living together for mutual benefit. Okay, now for symbiosis what I can say, let us take an example. Okay, let us take an example that you and your friend, okay, both of you have bought tiffin. One of you have brought say sandwich, another one of you have you have carried say chow mein. Okay, now you were in a mind of having chow mein for a long day or having noodles for a long day, and another one of your friend was thinking of sandwich for a long time. Now when you both came, you saw that the thing that exactly you needed is been present on the another one, and he or she also needed the thing which is present in you. So what happened? you both of you make a particular bonding among yourself, and you shared your particular amount of chow mein or noodles with him or her, and he or she also shared that particular amount of sandwich with you. So both of you are mutually benefited. Clear? This is known as symbiotic nutrition. An example of symbiotic nutrition, okay, now don't write this in your copy, okay, noodles, chow mein and sandwiches. This only I have told you to make you understand, right? So what are the examples? See, examples that you are going to write is in the book. You are going to write these particular examples, okay. So see what the example it is given. An example of symbiotic nutrition is the association between rhizobium, a nitrogen fixing bacterium, and leguminous plant. Okay, now leguminous plants needs huge amount of nitrogen, and this rhizobium are the nitrogen fixation bacteria. Okay, so it helps the leguminous plants. The root of the leguminous plants have a enlarged breeder structure known as nodules that provides nourishment and shelter to the bacterium. In return, the bacterium fixes atmospheric nitrogen and make it available to the plant roots. Now the point is insectivorous plants. Now insectivorous plants, we all know that the trap insect and the eat insect. Okay, we call it as they are the carnivore plant because they are like eating insects and all like that. Okay, it's not like that actually. See, insectivorous plants are a special group of plants that are partially autotrophic and partially heterotrophic. Like all other green plants, they have green leaves that carry out photosynthesis. Insectivorous plants grow in nitrogen deficient soil. In order to satisfy their nitrogen demand, they trap insects by various methods and digest them. Their leaves are variously modified for capturing insects. They can be pitcher shaped, that is pitcher plant, have trap doors or bladder wort, may be hinged, that is venous flytrap, or be a sticky substances undue for tapping insects. Digestive enzymes secreted by the insectivorous plants then digest the trapped insects. Okay, so this is what, as I told, that it will be very short and very crisp. So we have learned what are the type of nutrition. On the next day we will be starting from respiration, and I hope on the next day your chapter will be over. Okay, your chapter will be over. We will be studying this respiration in the next class. So up till now what I have taught you all, go through it. In the previous part also, go through your particular chapter, go through your particular video tutorial and follow your book line by line, so that we can continue in the next class. Till then, take care of yourself, take care of your family, have fun, be safe and enjoy. Okay, also please don't forget to study. Thank you.